Kim Yong Chol was seen arriving at the Beijing Capital International Airport on Tuesday. He was at Kim Jong Un's side at the table in last weekend's North-South Summit and has been a prominent senior official in other important talks. Meanwhile, officials from the U.S. and the DPRK are meeting again on the northern side of the inter-Korean border. Yonhap says this second session will likely focus on the details of a denuclearization deal. Our correspondent Nathan King has more.
Progress in U.S. diplomacy with the DPRK used to take years. Now it's measured in days. After the two Korean leaders' second meeting in as many months, a U.S. negotiating team led by Sung Kim, a former U.S. ambassador to South Korea and former negotiator with the North, arrived in the DPRK for talks. The visit suggests the sort of advanced planning for a possible summit may now be finally underway. On Saturday, U.S. President Trump expressed optimism.
A lot of people are working on it. It's moving along very nicely. So we're looking at June 12th in Singapore. That hasn't changed. And it's moving along pretty well.
And Trump echoed an offer of economic assistance again on Sunday in a tweet saying, in part, "I truly believe North Korea has brilliant potential and will be a great economic and financial nation one day. Kim Jong Un agrees with me on this. It will happen." At their Saturday summit, the two Korean leaders discussed the U.S. offer of economic assistance in return for denuclearization.
I told Chairman Kim that if he decides to put into practice a complete denuclearization, President Trump is willing for economic cooperation in ending hostile relations.
But the DPRK hasn't budged on this proposal. Pyongyang says it's not ready to swap missiles for money. An article in the official Workers' Party newspaper in Pyongyang said this on Sunday. U.S. media is still building up public opinion that the DPRK comes to the negotiating table with the U.S. in a hope to get economic aid. The paper called the U.S. proposal impudent and rubbish, adding, as far as the economic aid is concerned, the DPRK has never expected it. So both leaders from the DPRK and here at the White House seem to want this summit to go ahead. But their negotiating teams still have to work out whether Pyongyang will go for what the U.S. wants, which is denuclearization up front straight away, or a more step-by-step approach favored by Pyongyang. This all has to be worked out in hours, if not days. Nathan King, CGTN, at the White House.